Last year's Tomb Raider was a welcome surprise, reviving a franchise that had long been losing its relevance. Now Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics have targeted the post-launch drought to issue the definitive edition for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We've run through the beginning of each version to see how they stack up. For those who haven't played it yet, the latest Tomb Raider is an origin story, stranding a young Lara Croft and her crewmates on a strange island and dragging them into its mysteries as they desperately search for escape. From jungles to caves to ruins, its varied environments are wide enough to encourage exploration, while access to new areas comes as the story provides new equipment-based traversal options, like prying open doors or climbing cliff sides. Optional hidden tombs scratch the puzzle-solving itch as you play with fire and weight mechanics to manipulate rudimentary contraptions. You don't have to keep Lara fed, but the theme of survival serves as context for character progression. Hunting wildlife and scoring headshots nets you XP to unlock more skills, while scavenging salvage crates gives you resources to upgrade weapons. An island full of hostile castaways brings combat to the forefront as you use your bow for silent kills or turn to quicker but louder firearms.
Please.
Structurally and mechanically, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition hasn't changed. It does include the original game's DLC, however, including extra multiplayer maps and various outfits for Lara. So if you've ever been worried she might succumb to hypothermia in that skimpy tank top, you can suit her up in something warmer. The biggest differences come through a wide range of graphical updates. Texture resolution and draw distances have been increased, smoke behaves more realistically, there's better lighting and additional particles. For many of these changes, you'd have to compare side by side or take the developer's word for it, but some things do stand out, such as trees and shrubbery swaying in the breeze, even if the effect does seem a bit overdone. The most obvious change is Lara's character model, which has been completely redone, featuring a refined version of the hair tech she sported in the PC version. Physics applied to her gear and accessories also cause them to sway and jostle more convincingly. While she looks better in gameplay, her face has changed enough for her to look like a different person, and there are moments during close-ups that seem off-putting, as if she's less capable of expressing emotion. There's been much chatter about frame rate, and it is true that the PS4 version runs better than the Xbox One. The performance on Xbox is fine, but the game simply feels smoother in general on the PlayStation, with small dips from time to time. The Definitive Edition also adds a few minor frills to the new platforms. You can use Kinect gestures or the PS4 touchpad to rotate and examine artifacts. Plus, the PS4 version outputs dialogue through the controller speaker, flickers the light bar when you carry a torch, and lets you stow or light your torch with a quick swipe on the pad. Both versions support voice commands for things like switching weapons, although there's little reason to abandon the quick response of the control pad. Visually, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition is a noticeable step up from its last-gen counterparts, but don't expect to be overly wowed by it. If you missed Tomb Raider last year and have a new console sitting idle, now's a great time to jump in. However, if you hunted on this island before, a couple hours with the game should sate your curiosity.